Hey guys, and welcome back to Scotty Knows. Sorry for the noise a little bit today with the fan. It's a little bit hot in here, so I gotta try to stay cool. But we're here with the back with the channel. Today we're actually going to continue on with the Civic build. So I do have some good news. I actually got my transmission back, and it seems to bench shift pretty good. I went ahead and put it in the car, got it all installed, filled it up, even bled the slave cylinder, which I actually got to remove my wrench from. But everything is bled, everything is looking good. So my goal with this thing is, I know when I started this car I actually had some coolant leaks. So down here with actually two hoses, you can probably barely see the black hoses down in there. They're actually leaking going to the heater core, because I failed that when I took them off. You typically get some pliers and kind of work it off. I actually bent the copper. So what I did was I actually went and purchased a new heater core, which means unfortunately I got to go inside and take the dashboard out. So I'm going to continue with that. But some good note is I do have some parts in, so you're going to have to definitely stay tuned for the D16 build. I got a whole bunch of nice parts in here, and I'm not going to go over that now, but I got some nice parts for the Del Sol. I got my speaker wiring kit, which I'm actually going to wire just for the trunk to kind of get some speakers back there in case I want those, but at least when I have access to that. So we're going to be continuing on with this build as well too. In the next video, we got a lot of stuff going on. I got to work on the Trailblazer. I got a little bit of concerns that there was some rust in the frame, so I'm going to try to tackle that, see how well I do with that. But either way, we're coming along. So we're going to continue to build today and actually get this dashboard out so I can get that heater core replaced. So stay tuned. So I got everything loose on the dashboard. Last thing I have to do is drop the steering wheel, and I may have to disconnect some of the wire harness in the dashboard. But anyways, it's 212 millimeters. It kind of goes up. Probably hard to see. Kind of my socket in there. 212s, and it should drop down. So I got the wire harness out, and I had to do that. I got everything disconnected. I got the radio out just so I didn't have to disconnect too much of that harness. But everything's out. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out, and we should be good to go. Alright, so here we are. I'm making access. I had to take those dashboard brackets out. Got them out on both sides there, that way I could access the heater core here. So this will actually give me an opportunity to kind of take it apart, get it cleaned up. I never did that, but before, so I think it'll be good. So let me grab some tools and we'll continue on. All right, so I had to take a break. It's actually the next day. I got everything pretty much coming out, so I think it's just a matter of pulling the pipes from the firewall. But I just want to give everybody a heads up. There's actually a couple bolts, let me see, up top here that you have to get out, and one on the other side up in the corner here, and a couple screws that connect the AC to the heater core unit. I was able to get those out, so I'm still learning as we're going. But the key to keep in mind is actually where the tubes go. Probably hard to see where the tubes go down in here. There's a nut on the firewall. Probably really hard to see, but there's a nut on the firewall that actually connects the heater core to actually release it. So I was struggling with that yesterday, but I was able to get that. So bear with me. I should be able to have this out here in just a few. All right, so got this box out. That was kind of a pain. You had to kind of pry it out a little bit. but it does come out. So actually the heater core itself is inside here. I imagine I could probably flip this over. Hopefully it stops leaking. I think I drained everything out of it. But yeah, it's actually behind this cover, so I'm gonna have to kind of get this up, get this bar moved over, figure out my life with some of this stuff. I think that actually goes over top of here. We'll find that out. That's held on by a screw. These two screws, this bracket, and then it should come out. So I got the old one out. You can see kind of how I chewed things up. Probably the main culprit for the leaks, considering the fact that everything is kind of broken, not looking good. Either way, I got a new one. So I went ahead, and it does come with the styrofoam here, which is on the side. So I'm going to peel this off, stick this on both sides. And of course, it does have some around the top. I don't know about all that, but either way, we're going to get this on, and then we'll get things put back in. Alright, so I finally got done wrapping the thing. I went ahead and wrapped it as close to what it was. Of course, I could probably put another strip in there, but trying to keep it as stock as possible. Alright, so I got everything back on. I kind of wiped it down a little bit, you know, make it a little bit cleaner going in the car. But yeah, we're done. I even cleaned out some of the, I guess, foam that's on the inside. It kind of, you know, deteriorates over time. So I went ahead and knocked a little bit of that out. You can kind of see a couple pieces left. I did sweep it up already, but trying to clean out any loose debris. You know, probably be a good idea to vacuum or even blow it out, make it a little bit better. But we're good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get this prepped in and see if I can get this back in the car. So I put the bars back in, kind of got things cleaned up a little bit, did vacuum a little bit in here just to kind of clean up some of the debris. That way I'm not mashing it into the carpet. Of course, I could be smart about it and put some plastic down, but it came out pretty good. Try to keep it clean as I go. But yep, ready to get the dash installed, so I'm gonna grab that and see if I can put that in. Alright, so got everything installed. Everything is good to go. I did top off the fluids just to kind of make sure. I will try to get myself in here, see if I can get this thing to start. Move some tools around here. Alright. So, it's probably a good opportunity to see if it's leaking. Of course, my luck is the battery's probably dead. Yep, so I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so I was able to get it started. Had to use my battery pack. I'll unplug that. Now, give it a couple moments, see if I have any leaks going on. So far, so good. Hoping that'll actually solve the problem. Guess we'll find out in a few minutes. All right, so she runs. I was able to get it back in the garage here. Got a little bit of timing issues. I got to kink out a little bit. I did drive it down the street just to kind of give it, you know, a once over. Haven't driven this thing in years, but it moves under its own power. I did get it up to 3rd gear, and I was able to back it down my driveway and get it back in. So I think the new heater core seemed to work. As a matter of fact, I'll show you the old heater core. Came out, you can see where it was all chewed up. That was my fault, my inexperience. When I was taking the hoses off. Typically, I guess you want to cut them off, but yeah, it works. I think that's going to do it for this episode of Scotty Knows. We did a good thing getting this thing moving, so we're getting the right thing in the right direction. Pretty soon I'm going to be hopping on this thing. That'll probably be in the next video. I'm going to continue the D16Z6. But yeah, we're moving in the right direction. Transmission seems to work. It moves under its own power, and we're good to go. So again, I appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. We're going to have a lot more content coming with the Civic. As I got it running now, so I can move it around, I can get things done with it, so stay tuned for that. But until next time, I appreciate you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and until then, I'll check you guys in the next episode. Peace.